It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that talks about everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dojo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo, just want to learn what it's all about. No matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. And Okairi, welcome back to my co-host Troy.
Hello.
Hello, Okairi. Welcome.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. The energy, you know?
Yes, you got a lot of energy coming into a new Basho on Sunday this weekend. It's going to start.
Right. Yep. It's happening.
The big guys are in Tokyo.
I want to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah. It'd be a nice city to visit.
Tokyo, it's a nice place to visit.
Looks like there's a lot of different things to do, from the urban to the...
There always are.
Yeah. There always are. I don't know. You ever been to Montana?
Well, no, I mean in Tokyo. There always are.
Yes, in Tokyo. Yeah.
In Montana, well, I suppose, you know, there's you can do something, or you can drive somewhere else and go do something.
That's a very wise country words. I mean, Montana is more like mountain land, right? I mean, that's not really the country.
It's a big open prairie mostly.
Is it? Isn't there a mountain? There's not even...
There are mountains too, yes. Oh, yeah. There are mountains in Montana.
Well, yes, but this is the Sumo Show, not the Montana.
Not the Montana show. The Stano Montana show.
I like it.
Yeah, so we're getting ready for a tournament, and they've had a last full week of practice. Everyone is done. They have announced the pairings for the first 2 days.
Ah, nice.
We are, less than 48 hours from the start, the kickoff of the big shoe, as they say.
The big shoe. That's right. So we'll do like a nice red, maybe a Merlot pairing with Shoryu. Yeah. I think Shodai is White Claw. Sort of a
White Claw. Little Zima. Little Zima.
Little Zima. That's exactly it. And others TBD.
Yeah, I think Shoda is like a little Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be so into PBR. He's kind of I don't know. Who would be a dessert wine? A nice fortified.
He's like an ice wine.
No. I think he's like I don't know. I think he's like silt at the.
Oh, who is like a dessert?
Yeah,
wine?
Who is? Yeah, a good.
It's like a dessert wine. Oh, what a fun show we could have! Just making
pairing wine.
Pairing off.
The only thing that would make it better is actually having a glass of wine, but I do not.
If only we'd planned ahead.
Right? Yeah. Next time.
That seems likely. That seems very likely, in fact.
Yeah.
So we're also getting ready for our Fantasy Oyakata game. And right now, I got to tell you, not a lot of entries.
Yeah, we got to change that up.
Yeah, last time we had a record number of entries. This time, not so many so far, which, if you're watching this right now, means it might be your best chance to get in there and be among the top. The fewer people there are, the closer the top is to you.
Right. That's right.
Or you could all jump in there and we could have a big wild match. Who knows? It could have a whole bunch of people. They could be making their lists and doing their research. And the reason,
I think
the reason that it's not full is they're too busy taking it super serious.
That's right. They're doing all the weights and measures. They're checking out all the stats over at fredpink.com.
Yep.
They're doing all of it. They're combing through the Reddit posts on r/sumo.
Right. They're seeing all the videos that Chris Sumo has posted this week.
Right.
Giving an update on how folks are doing.
You know,
They're reading Kintama Yama's daily updates from the training.
You know what else they're doing?
World.
Hanging out on Facebook. They're on the Sumo Show Facebook page.
Yeah.
Looking at your daily updates.
Well, there will be daily updates when tournament starts. I have to say, haven't done a whole lot of updating recently myself.
Semi-daily.
Yeah. In that each time I made a post, it was a day.
That's right. Yeah.
That would make it. They would be daily postings.
That counts. Funny.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No. I was just saying. So it's good times. People are getting ready to go, and you know, I need to do mine as well. I just was saying earlier before we started, I just need to get my little bit of research in myself.
Right. Yeah. It's an interesting basho in that there's not a lot of. I don't find a lot of super compelling. This guy's on the move. Going on.
Yeah.
You know, even I mean, certainly at the top, we've got some interesting stuff going on. In that the Yokozuna are Shin. Well, he's not a Shin Yokozuna anymore. He's now been there for a whole tournament, so he's ready to be just a regular Yokozuna. Hoshoryu, who wants to come in and prove that he's a Yokozuna, damn it, and he's going to win a tournament. So we'll see. He of course is still saddled with the non-believers like me saying, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm filled with trepidation.
And you know, as I've often said on this show, he's a great rikishi, and he's a terrific ozeki. But over the last few years, he has only won one tournament a year, and as the only Yokozuna, we kind of are hoping he will do better than that, and he has yet to begin performing that way. Even last tournament, right? He had the injury. There were reasons why it happened, but he lost a bunch and he had to pull out early. And he didn't win.
Yeah.
Now, winning your first tournament at Yokozuna is historically very difficult to do. So even less shade on him for not having done that. But you know, if he doesn't want people like me to just kind of be nipping at his heels all the time, he'd better win another one this year, and he'd better win another one this summer.
And he better not be doing real bad and then decide to drop out entirely.
Yeah. That
can't be.
Yeah.
That's the painful optic right there for sure.
So you know what? Let's flip on over. We're going to use the app, the Grand Sumo app, the Sumo Kyokai's app here as we look at.
Oh yes, right, yes.
This is the Banzuke. This is the ranking chart for this tournament. And of course, we see up here, Hoshoryu is our Yokozuna, and Onosato and Kotozakura are our Ozekis.
Wow, what a difference! I'm just reflecting back on the past, and this is definitely a different lineup.
Well, except it's exactly the same from last time.
Well, I'm thinking of the way back, you know, like when I first started, you know, just the landscape, doing a comparative analysis is really different.
The landscape has changed. The landscape has shifted.
Yes.
So Hoshoryu looking for that solidifying I am the Yokozuna win. And Onosato, who won last time, if he wins this time or does something equivalent, he could get promoted to Yokozuna. So this is a big tournament for him.
Yeah, exciting. One to watch.
Yes. Hoshoryu has been super dominant in training.
Good. I was just looking to see if anybody had any commentary on that, but
he's been going around, Yokozuna-ing up all over the place. He has showed up lots of places. He has been dominant. He was dominant at the all Heya practice in front of the Sumo Association and the Yokozuna Deliberation Council. He, in fact, on that day, he just smacked Onosato around and took his lunch. He really was super dominant.
Very interesting. Hey, so now do you see, has it been your experience that people who do perform really well in the tournaments, like do they carry that into the ring by and large?
Well, I mean, the way, because there is no on and off season for sumo, what there is there's a ramp up to the tournament. And you do see people, what they want to do is have a build up in those last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They sharpen themselves to get better and better and better and go in as they're starting to peak. And so you see that, and I mean, in the big picture, long view scale, that's how it works. Like that's what they do. That's their rhythm. Recently, we've seen a lot of people who've come in and done very well in the practice, in the training, and then kind of stumbled going into the tournament. In fact, the person I'm thinking of specifically here is Kirishima. And he had several times in the last couple of years. In fact, in this last year, when he wasn't doing so well, but he'd come in and do really well in the warm-ups, and I would say, and others too, but I would say, oh, look good, look, he's looking good, he's getting ready, and he'd come in and just, I don't know, trip over the Tawara and have a terrible first few days and have a bad tournament overall. So it doesn't always play out that way.
Got it. Yeah.
But what they're trying to avoid is, how we would see, particularly with Teruno Fuji, when he wouldn't do a lot of practice, he'd just show up. And the first few days, he still didn't seem like he had his ring sense sharp.
Right.
That's the main thing they're trying to get, is to come in with the ring sense sharp, and so that they're doing not they are as good as they are, right? And these are the best, so they're good, but they need to have everything going in the right measure. They need to be in good balance and have just have their rhythms about them.
Yeah. They got to have their head in the game. They've got to. Yeah.
So in our Fantasy Oyakata game, there are 5 levels that we choose rikishi from. The top level is a championship level, or the championship or the champions level, where we've got our Yokozuna and our Ozeki. So we're going to pick, you and I, in figuring out who we're going to choose. We've got these are our 3 choices at that level: Hoshoryu, Onosato, and Kotozakura. Let's say Hoshoryu has looked super sharp. Onosato has been up and down. He had some kind of malady,
right? Yeah.
Really talked about what, whether he was sick or a little injured somehow, but he's come out and performed really well, and then taken a few days off, and then unclear, but he's looked good most of the time, and he's looked better and better as he's moved up here. So looking all right.
Very interesting. I find myself, as part of my research, looking at, someone posted a very interesting thing on Reddit. And I believe that this guy has a Substack as well, but essentially this is a height weight scatter plot.
Yeah.
For the Basho.
Yep.
And it's kind of interesting. I'll drop the link in chat so folks can go check it out. Pseudo. I was just saying kudos, and it came out pseudos. Kudos to AO Meep, who's an Ura fan.
Awesome.
Curious. Yeah.
So, well, you might be.
Yes, well, you might be. A very interesting breakdown of things. I'm always fascinated by who's the heavier, who's the lighter, who's the
Well, I mean, one of the interesting things is that Onosato was a little heavy coming into the weigh-in, and
Yeah.
like 3 days later, he said he'd gone on some serious training, and he'd lost like 4 or 5 pounds, or you know, 3 or 4 kilos, and said he
Interesting.
was feeling better and ready, and feeling, not just feeling better physically, but feeling better in how he moved, feeling better in his skin.
Nice, nice. Yeah, this same guy also tracks the biggest weight gains and losses
Mm.
between March and May. So you really get in there, you get granular.
It sounds like an interesting thing. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff.
And Kotozakura also doing well. I mean, they all seem like they are in good shape coming into this tournament, which is great news.
Yes,
And
yeah.
if they all perform at their top level, we're going to have a super interesting show and a super interesting race for the U show.
I like it.
Onosato. So Onosato's Oyakata, Nishinoseki Oyakata, is a former Yokozuna Kisei no Sato, who's now 38 years old, and he's like 3 or 4 years retired. But he still will occasionally put on the mawashi and train with Onosato, particularly in the lead up to a tournament.
Okay.
And they did this week. He put on his mawashi for the first time in almost a year, apparently, and got in and mixed it up with him, and came out saying Onosato, the last few times they'd done this, they split their matches about 50-50. Onosato is a little better, got the edge as the younger, currently training active guy, as opposed to the retired Yokozuna. But this time, Onosato handled him pretty well, and they both came out saying that they were surprised. They were pleased and surprised that he'd learned some lessons, and that even when Kisei no Sato got his preferred grip in, sometimes Onosato was able to fend him off and win the bout anyway.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what it says immediately for this tournament, but it certainly means that Onosato is still growing and still improving.
Right.
Which is saying something, considering how dang good he is.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's gained 8 kilograms, I guess.
Well, I drop 4 off that, because that's going to be based off the official weigh-in that they had.
I see.
Right before that big all Heya practice.
Yeah. This is 2. Yeah, so this scatter chart is like 2 days old.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the info that he got will come from that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah. So they did the official weigh-in, and then he announced that he dropped a small significant amount of weight in those intervening days over that weekend, as he was training and getting into his weight.
Do you know how they lose weight, or what if they're doing that in a day? What is that? Because I've known some wrestlers that were, back in high school, they were losing weight. They were doing some pretty dumb things.
They were doing, well, the wrestlers in high school almost certainly were doing protein. The insane version of the paleo / Atkins.
Yeah, running around in trash bags to lose water weight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just wild.
Yeah.
But, our wrestlers aren't doing that, though, right? Our rikishi?
No, sir. Probably not.
I hope not.
Who knows? Athletes do a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah, it's just so bad for the body, right? And ultimately, it's, cash in on some weight loss and then, lose bone density.
Anyway, any idea who you think you're going to pick? I think you're going to pick Hoshoryu, aren't you? You're going.
I'm really gonna. I think that as a fan, I need to demonstrate my fandom, and I need to stand by my man.
Well, to that end, I'm going to pick Onosato again. I think he's going to do it, and I think he's going to get promoted to Yokozuna.
Wow. Okay.
I think that we're going to see a new Shin Yokozuna in July.
That is exciting. That's bold. That's bold.
I'll make that statement right here. As bold statements go, it's not that bold.
Well,
he won the last tournament. He's arguably the strongest wrestler, apart from all rankings and whatever. He's arguably the strongest wrestler in the mix right now.
I'm gonna actually change my vote to Kota Shoho.
To who?
Kota Shoho.
Well, he's not. That's who you're going to pick overall?
Yeah, I really think that.
I don't think you are.
Why not?
Because he's Kyujo.
Oh, no. I knew that. I just wanted to a nice segue.
Testing me whether I could do that?
No, you knew. I knew you knew. But I thought it would be funny if you thought that I was really going to pick Kota Shoho.
I was thinking, first of all, you can't. He's not in this division. So
yeah,
you could pick. You still have to pick one of these three.
That's right. No, you know who I'm picking. I'm going with Hoshoryu.
Yeah. But I think that all of them being on, and say any one of these three could win the tournament, and Kotozakura, of course, still trying to get that first tournament win.
Yeah, interesting.
I so hope that all of them are on their game, and we see a really great, a really great down to the wire competition between these three.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping for that. I think they're talented athletes. They know what they're doing. They're world-class sumo wrestlers. It could happen.
Yeah. All right. Our next section are is the Sanyaku section, and those are Sekiwake and Komusubi. In this case, it's Daisho and Kirishima, and Takayasu and Wakatakage. And
jeez,
yeah, this is tough. Who are you gonna? This is a super tough section. Daisho has been talking a lot about making a run for an Ozeki promotion. He needs to get double digits, but he's been doing that a lot recently. So
yeah,
it's working. Kirishima also trying to get back to Ozeki. He didn't have a great tournament last time, but he had Kachikoshi, and with all the shifting around, that was enough for him to get promoted up. He's going to need to have a better tournament, and several of them, if he wants to get that Ozeki rank back. But
what do we think of Takayasu?
Takayasu, very interesting in that he took a bunch of time off. He said his lower back was beginning to bother him again, and he's at that age where he's got to really worry about that and just kind of do things that are good for his back so that he can be in rhythm and hope that he can get to the tournament and get 2 weeks in a row that everything falls his way. But he also very specifically said he wants to get his Ozeki rank back. And he's never given up on that hope. And right now he's thinking this could be his chance. And in particular, he's saying he'd like to try to get that done in time for the International Jungyo, the London tour in October.
Oh, right.
Which would mean that he needs 3 really good tournaments in a row starting right now. So if he could get 11 wins in each of the next 3 tournaments, this tournament, and then in July, and then in September, he'd earn an Ozeki promotion in time to go to London in October.
Very interesting.
So in a very unusual way, he has stated a very specific goal.
Right. Yeah. Well, he doesn't have much of a challenge from the maybe one of the Wakas.
Well, I mean, 11 wins is hard. 11 wins is hard at any rank. And it's, as a Sanyaku level guy, he's got to fight all these. So we can look at 6 of his matches.
Yeah.
And in order to get 11 wins, he's going to have to win at least two of them. He's going to have to beat at least two of these other people that we've mentioned so far.
Right.
He can't lose to them all.
Huh.
So, and then even if he does that, he has to win all of his other matches against everyone lower than him. He can't lose a single one. For every person lower than him he beats, he has to beat one more of the people ranked above him.
That's something else. So yeah, it's yeah, that's a tough row to hoe.
Yes, it is. But then again, he was an Ozeki and a pretty good one. And when he's healthy, we saw that he was in the playoff for the U show last time. He can do it. It's not a super likely thing to happen.
Yeah, I'm looking at his. No, yeah, that's very interesting. I like to root for the underdog.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we're still here talking at the top of the tournament.
Yeah.
Looking at who's fighting who on opening day. On opening day, Hoshoryu fights Wakataka Kage, which is expected, right? The Yokozuna fights one of the Komusubi traditionally on day one.
Right.
And, but the thing is, head to head, they've fought 14 times, 14, 8 and 6. 14 times. Wakataka Kage is the 8. He's got a winning record against Hoshoryu.
Interesting.
So his day one is against a guy that he has a losing record. One of the few people he has a losing record against.
Very interesting. I wonder how that sits with him in his mind. You know what I mean? Like how
he got asked about it. He gave a very sumo response to it.
Oh, sure. When the babbling brook is tinkling over the stones and the water blows from the eastern whatever.
He'll do his best, and he's looking forward to the challenge.
Yes, of course.
Onosato, on the other hand, fighting Wakamoto Haru.
Okay, all right.
And Wakamoto Haru beat him in the last tournament. One of his losses was to Wakamoto Haru.
So the Wakas do introduce some level of they could stymie some.
Not some level. I mean, they both have the potential to be Ozeki.
Just never when I'm picking them, I guess.
No. They also, the problem that the reason they're not is they also have a tendency to kind of trip over themselves every once in a while.
Right.
Wakataka Kage was doing great, and then he had an injury that knocked him down the Bansuke, and he's coming back from that. Wakamoto Haru has always been the guy who does really great, and then just doesn't do great for a tournament. And that's just the way his time here. He's been a very solid Sekiwake, except for the few tournaments when he really isn't, and then he drops down. So that's very interesting. The other thing, day 2, sorry, I'm trying to pull it up here. Day 2, Hoshoryu fights Wakamoto Haru. So he fights the two Waka brothers on days 1 and 2. And Onosato, his day 2, is against Takayasu. Who is another guy who beat him. First of all, he faced him. Onosato beat him in the playoff last time, but he lost to him in the regular match.
Gotcha. Hey, JJ, good to see you.
Hello, JJ.
JJ Dumpache.
Yes. So, so Onosato's first 2 matches are against the guys who beat him in the previous tournament.
That'll be interesting to see how that unfolds, right?
So you would say there's danger at the beginning of the tournament, and as these top level guys, they want to start off strong and have a very strong week 1. But I think both Hoshoryu and Osato have interestingly challenging first couple of days.
All right, Waka duo.
Waka.
Waka Waka. I want to see some action.
All right. So, any idea who you're going to pick there in that second group?
None. I had more of a clear idea until we talked about it.
Yeah, that's a really tough group. Of them, yeah, I could see picking any of them.
Yeah, me too.
I tell you, the one I probably won't pick, I'll knock out first from contention, despite the fact that he's the one I love the most, is Takayasu, just because he is so fraught with that. If anything goes wrong with his back, he's out.
Yep.
And Kirishima has a little bit of that going on too.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is but yeah, I think in my head, I'm kind of whittling it down. It'll be either Daisho or Wakataka Kage.
I'm thinking Daisho, honestly. I'm thinking Daisho. You were saying Wakataka Kage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm Daisho.
I don't know. Kirishima calls to me. He calls to me, but he always lets me down.
Right. Yeah, I know that.
We'll see. I really don't know what I'm going to do about the Sanyaku level. All right, let's move on. Our next is upper Maegashira, which is Maegashira 1 to 5, which in this case includes Wakamoto Haru, Ono, Abi, Gonoyama, Tamawashi, Hidedomi, Takeru Fuji, Ichiyamamoto, Uda, and Chiyoshima.
Yeah.
So interesting group. I think that Oho, after getting into the Sanyaku for the first time, came tumbling down. Word is that he's been training really hard and looking good, and wants to get back up into Sanyaku again. Abi? Question mark?
Right.
Hidedomi and Takeru Fuji. Hidedomi, I'd like him. I mean, he's so much fun to watch, but I don't trust him. I don't trust that I don't think he belongs up in the top division as if you're going to pick his level. I think he's actually kind of maybe a little maxed out on the spot he should be. He's somewhere in this Maegashira 5 to 3 range, maybe 6 to 3.
Yeah.
So he could do it. Takeru Fuji. Oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to come back and perform like he did that one time?
Right.
I've been really impressed with what he's doing though, because he's not relying on just that big driving tsupari. He's been practicing all different kinds of ways of winning. And that's just going to make him tougher to beat in the long run. Yeah, Uda and Chiyoshima. Well, sorry guys. Yeah, you're not even under real consideration.
JJ Doomfache says Hiradoumi's a perpetual dark horse, in my opinion.
But in that you mean he's got a shot to do great? or he's dangerous. Yagamaru said Takeru Fuji Komusubi. Did he really say yeah, I mean Takeru Fuji, he's good. I don't know that he's ever really going to be Ozeki material, but I think that at Maegashira 4, he's got room to stake a claim above that. So Maegashira 4. Thing is, he's in the Joi, right? The Joi, the group of people who are likely to have to face the Yokozuna and have to fight all those other people above him, and that's just a hard tournament, right? All your opponents, or at least half of your opponents, are champion level guys. But he won a tournament. He won a U show.
That's right.
Take that away from him.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one
There's
too.
another, as I was thinking about what I'm going to do for this tournament, I kept thinking that this may be the most difficult Fantasy Oyakata pick overall. Usually we come to it and there are 2 or 3 of the categories. There's just it's one of these 2 guys. I don't think that any of them have this is one of except for uh, the championship level where there are only 3 guys.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, there's no easy pick here.
I think I might go Takeru Fuji. No, they say that and I get my stomach gets all wobbly. I don't know. I really don't know.
I was just looking at Takeru Fuji's stats and things. I don't know either.
I wanted, when Oho got his promotion up to Sanyaku and he was looking so good, I wanted to believe he'd found that level and we were going to see him do that all the time. And then he didn't last tournament. And now my faith is shattered.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Those are the 2 that are calling to me, though. I think my choice right now is waffling between Takeru Fuji and Oho. But it could be some of the others. I don't know.
Right. We could do like we did last time and pick someone and then have everybody for some reason know a different answer. And right. Call it the right. So maybe we'll wait a bit and see what people say and then go with the group vote.
Just go with the crowd.
Yeah,
never.
Right.
I will never do that. All right, let's jump middle Maegashira 6 to Maegashira 10. We've got Oshoma and Tobizaru and Hakuoho and Chunanomi, Onokatsu, Kimbozan, Aonishiki, Midori Fuji, Meisei, and Shodai.
Clearly, Tobizaru.
Clearly, Tobizaru?
Actually, not clearly at all.
I say that because you say that a lot, and then you don't pick him.
Well, people talk me out of it.
You gotta have the courage of your convictions.
Man. That's true. Yeah,
that's how I feel about Hakuoho. Hakuoho is the guy that I was like, I gotta pick Hakuoho, and I'm like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I suppose I should lose on purpose and just
You should go for Ura and Tobizaru and just go for the fun pick.
That's right. One day I might do that. One day I might just pick all my faves and all the ones that normally make a quick appearance on this show and see what that nets me.
Well, I mean, there are tournaments where they're the smart pick, right? When they like if Ura gets bounced around, Ura and Tobizaru get bounced around and drop 4 or 5 more levels next time, they'll be smart picks.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
But it's the guys that you love who do well and then get thrown up and they're the bait for the sharks.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Always go for the fun pick.
Yeah. Why not? And then when you win, it's even more fun. When you lose,
we talked about this last week, but Aonishiki is interesting in that he has passed Shishi to be the top Ukrainian.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and now the question is, the first time he's ever been up this high. We've seen Shishi get up that high and find that he couldn't quite hack it.
Yeah.
Is Aonishiki made of sterner stuff? Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. And I don't know how to feel about Shishi either, but we'll get into that, I suppose.
And of course, Midori, we just glossed over. We got Midori Fuji, the tiny tot from Shizuoka Prefecture, my hometown guy.
Yeah. He's now.
And another guy, we love him. He's entertaining, and
Yeah.
he's almost never the smart pick.
Yeah.
And what about? I mean, here's the one where Shodai down at Maegashira 10 might be a smart pick. That might be low enough that you go, oh well, Shodai can handle that.
I'll never go that low. Right? Jeez. Oh well.
Maegashira 10.
Everybody. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's just ennui. That's what it is. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know about this group. No, you know what? No, I do know that Hakuoho's calling to me.
Hakuoho. Okay.
Hakuoho is the guy that I keep, pushing, and then I fail to back him. Or also, he's another guy that when I've picked him, he's done terribly.
Right, because maybe is it us? Is it?
I know, maybe it is. We got Onokatsu coming up. Finally, showing some of that stuff. Is he gonna chase up Onosato? No, probably not. Maybe though. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, mid Maegashira, hard choice.
Yeah, difficult one.
Yeah, I'll say that Hakuoho's probably who I'm gonna choose. Kinbozan maybe.
Kinbozan's on my list, and
yeah, we haven't talked about him much. He's sitting there. He's very good. He came storming up like he'd made a discovery, and
right,
then undiscovered it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope maybe he's got the map again.
Someone write down the formula.
Right? Yeah. Click.
All right. So then we've got all the rest down in lower Maegashira 11 through 18.
There's my guy, Kota Shoho. He's going to clean up.
Kota Shoho, who, as we said before, is out for at least the first few days of the tournament.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got some kind of torn fascia.
He tore his fascia?
Yeah, his fascia is torn. But that, yeah. I don't know. What I don't understand is how you can tear an anything and then return to, in 2 days. Is the body really doing that?
No. I mean, if he's got a torn anything, he probably shouldn't return.
I agree.
All right, who have we got? We got Endo and Shishi, and Atami Fuji, and Takanosho, Toki Hayate and Sadanomi, Kotoshoho, Roga, Ryuden, Shonan Naomi.
Yeah.
Kaio, Nishikigi, Tamashoho, Asakoryu, and Tochi Taiki.
Tochi
Taiki, one of the most fun names to say.
Fun name to say, new one to say.
Yes. New in the top division.
Well, how's that, stranger done?
Who speaks to you in this lower group?
Well, I don't know enough about Tochi Taiki.
Yeah.
Don't know enough about him to be able to factor him into my calculations. But to me, it seems like all of these people are going to do poorly.
Oh, is it Tochi Taikai? Sorry.
Tochi Taikai. Okay.
Tochi Taikai.
I'd like
to in this side, Tochi Taikai. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Tochi Taikai. Because they're listening. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss. Here.
All right. So we got Shishi, who's certainly strong. And down here in the lower level, right? He's gonna be fighting against the guys who are there's a bunch of guys here who are fresh to the division, names we haven't heard before, people who can't people like Roga, sorry, who keep bouncing out of the top division. They can't
quite get their grip. Yeah,
get their feet under them. It's a good place for Shishi to be. It's a good place for Shishi to do well. If he was 2 rungs down, he was like Maegashira 12 or 13,
Yeah.
I think I would say, boom, yeah, absolutely.
I think I might go with Shishi, just because he's such a weirdo.
Yeah.
I
You wanna watch The Wiggle. You wanna see him kick his head away.
I want to know that it's happening, but I don't know that I actually wanna watch it. It's a little distressing, but yeah, I like him. He's got some verve.
Yeah. Atami Fuji, has he figured out whatever
Oh,
is going
right?
wrong in his tiny little head?
Bring it back, my friend. Yeah, yeah, I remember the day when we were like, "Yes,
Yeah.
the
Well,
new
Maegashira
guy."
12 also could be a great place for him. If he's got his head on straight again, this is a great place for him to just dominate.
To debut the new
Yeah.
Atomic. Yeah.
All new for 2025. Shonan Naomi down at Maegashira 15. If
Yeah.
I don't know what was wrong with him last time. Something was wrong with him last time. It,
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
I suspect it was a knee thing. I don't either. I didn't know or I don't remember what it was, but he just he just couldn't. If he didn't win straight out, he lost.
Right.
And if that's still nagging him, who knows? But if it's not, then at Maegashira 15, he's definitely placed to have a great first week anyway. Have a very strong tournament. Because he certainly is better than the people down at this level overall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say those are my 3 that I'm looking at. Shishi, Atami Fuji, and Nishiki, and Shonan Naomi.
Definitely for me, Shishi, Atama Fuji, but I don't know who yeah. I'm hoping it's Shishi. I really am.
Yeah, yeah. Atami Fuji, hip arthritis makes me super. If really he's got arthritis at
Oh,
21,
is that
God
right?
damn it.
Bummer.
Shonan Naomi has some sort of thyroid issue. Oh,
Oh, I don't even know how does where does a thyroid live?
thyroid's up in your neck
And
area.
it does it do a
It's a
thing?
gland. It's a gland, and you have a thyroid issue. It's messing up your blood chemistry.
Gotcha. So the glands are what excretes all the chemicals you need. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Troy, we got to send you back to high school biology.
Yeah. No, I was in a very accelerated class.
I skipped high school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know about the thyroid issue, and that's a bummer.
Oh man, hip arthritis. That's
Yeah, that's a real bummer.
man coming up at 19, 21 years old and looking like all that, and then hip arthritis.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh man. Well, thank you for ruining that for me, JJ. My God.
Just helping out. Just helping out.
You just ruined sumo for me.
That's great.
Oh. Well, I like him anyway. And he's also from Shizuoka, so I've got to root for him.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to pick him for my team, though.
That's true. That's true. You can root for him from afar.
I don't know. So there you go. That's what we got on our list. A whole lot of, I don't know.
That's right. I feel no closer to making a definitive decision than I did when we started.
I feel a little closer, but not.
I've backslid a little on a couple. But I'm indecisive. That's sure true. JJ's talking in chat about, that's going to be, he's going to grapple with, for the rest of his career. It's just true. It's a bummer. Oh yeah, no,
That's what ruined for you. Oh, you didn't ruin all of sumo.
Just that one little bit.
Just this tournament. It's all ruined now. I can't even.
Where the leg bone connects to the thigh bone. Yeah.
The hip bone connects to Stan crying.
Oh. Well, yeah. here's something that I think folks should do. And also, JJ, why don't I see you on I'm on looking on Reddit, and are you guys on the list of shows? The list has grown. It's quite long. I'm talking about on the right sidebar there, you can see all of the video shows and a bunch of stuff, and I just didn't see.
Are we on that list?
We sure are.
Wow.
The Sumo Show links right to our YouTubes.
The Sumo Show.
Yep. But yeah, I just didn't see you guys on there. If
Oh,
you,
you know what? I guess one of the things to mention
yes,
is that I told you this earlier in the week.
yeah,
I finally put a redirect on our URL so that if people want to
that's
find our
right.
YouTube channel, it's much easier now.
Now you just go to the Sumo Show?
The sumoshow.com or even sumoshow.com with or without the. I got them both.
That is so awesome.
So go to sumoshow.com or thesumoshow.com, and that will take you to our YouTube channel.
That is amazing. That's very cool, actually.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, you're a pretty cool dude.
I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of awesome.
Oh, I did. Especially this is. It took your awesome and made it awesome.
I took my awesome and put some awesome sauce on it.
Yeah. Wow. That's so cool.
No more fumbling around trying to remember what's it called.
What is it? Is it Sumo Show? Is it?
Yeah,
yes, I like it.
Sumoshow.com. Go find our videos.
You know what else?
What?
We got that and nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm very, very relieved. I mean, not that it bothered me. I know that there's another The Sumo Show.
I mean, the stupid thing is I got these a year or two ago, and I've been sitting on them. Like you and I talked a while ago about making a website, and we did. So I just left those in my pile of URLs, and I was sorting through them going, I just need to stop paying for some of these. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That's great. I love it. Very interesting. Well, I will tell you this, in looking at our numbers, just to, folks are curious, the flow tends to be heavier on at the beginning, not I'm just kind of trying to line these up. It's a little difficult with the way they're. So, oh wow. Okay, so we've got
What?
Oh wow.
Something good.
We've got like 541 views, 324 views, 347 views. I mean, like and then we drop real low on some.
Always the very last one of the tournament.
It is. This is the last one. Yeah. Not that. I'm looking at the Hatsu. Haru. Let's see.
Yeah, we talked about that. We knew that coming into the Hatsu. How did the Haru do?
Haru did really bad on the last one.
Yeah. The tournament's over. No one cares anymore.
No one cares. It's very interesting. To the tune of, okay, this is weird. I'm looking at the Haru Basho, and then all the numbers are really low on that one. Weirdly low in a way that I've not. That's really strange because the Haru. So Hatsu gets the last one's bad, and then we get 167 views for the Banzuke. The preview gets 450, and then it dips to 26 views.
Really?
That's wild. That's a very wild deviation. And then then the Haru Basho days 7 through 9 we were having some technical issues that day, I think.
Maybe.
Because I'm seeing 2 7 through 9. That's right. One that's 433. One that I think we lost some folks. And then we go to 53, 13, 106 for the last week. And we'll see what today brings. Anyway, so thanks everybody for being there. And do me a favor, friends.
You know what was great about that is how much everyone's going to be interested in hearing you just read out numbers.
I know, right? I was
What the
like,
heck
what am
you're
I
talking
doing?
about?
I'm killing this show.
This is that. You know what? Who's the problem? You're the problem, Troy.
I'm the problem. But hey, you can unproblem the problem. Do me a favor, friends, and just subscribe. Make sure that you are following us on all the Facebooks, or else we will continue to read out all of the.
It'll be like one of those shortwave radio numbers.
That's right. Yeah,
Right.
activating sleeper cells and.
That's right.
No, we won't do that to you. I was just curious, and I wanted to let folks know that we pay attention to that stuff, and it would be awesome if you gave the stream a like, and if you're so inclined, you know what, share it. You know who you should share it with?
Your mom.
Your mother, because Mother's Day,
And
right around the corner,
and the tournament starts on Mother's Day.
So what better gift would there be to give than the gift
mom
of Stan and Troy?
The gift of sumo.
That's right, the gift of sumo. Yeah, we're just the wrapping. The real
yeah, that's what we do. We're the sumo rappers.
He is rapping, to be clear.
Oh, okay.
I mean, still, yeah. There we go.
All right, so I'm looking at our fixtures. Our who's fighting who on days 1 and 2. So we already talked about Hoshoryu's fighting Wakataka Kage, Onosato's fighting Wakamoto Haru, Kotozakura's fighting Oho, Abi and Daisho, Kirishima and Gonoyama. What else is interesting? Uda is going against Ichi Yamamoto, Hakuoho and Tobizaru. Endo and Shodai. Oh, and here we go. Atami Fuji and Shishi, the two guys we were trying to figure out. They're fighting each other on day 1.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, now I feel bad of rooting against Atami Fuji because of his hip arthritis, but also I did say I was going to. Shishi might be my guy.
You know what? You've got 12 hours or so to figure it out.
That's true, right? Because we pull the plug on it at noon?
Noon
tomorrow.
You know what? But since I'm going to wait for Troy,
until
Troy figures it out.
Rude. Putting my
Yamamoto has this one. Yeah, JJ is an Ichi Yamamoto fanboy.
Yeah, for sure.
So you think Yamamoto's got Ura? He's going to win this time. This time for sure.
This time for sure.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Things are going to change. I can feel
Watch me as I pull a rabbit out of my head. Watch me as I grab Ura and throw him out of the ring. That trick never works.
That's pretty good. Well, if we lost them on the analytics, we won them back on the animated voices.
Right. It's nothing like a good Bullwinkle imitation.
That's right.
To get the crowd. Day 2, Hoshoryu, Wakamoto Haru, Onosato and Takayasu. We talked about that. Abi and Kotozakura. Those are who our top guys are fighting. Kirishima and Oho. Daisho gets Gonoyama. Wakataka Kage gets Tamawashi. Ura gets Takeru Fuji.
Interesting.
Tobizaru gets Chiyoshima. Shodai gets Midori Fuji. Got some interesting day 2 setups there. Takanosho and Shishi, Atami Fuji and Toki Hayate.
Here's how Midori Fuji has done against Shodai in the past.
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up here in just a moment.
It's looking like in the last year they're 2-2. What they are lifetime, I don't know.
2-2.
That's just in the last 12 months.
Okay.
Anyway, that's what we know going in to the tournament, to the start of the tournament on Sunday, or late Saturday night here in the West.
Yeah.
Gonna go 7-7 in the last day. Ichi Yamamoto. Ichi Yamamoto comes to my house a lot.
That's right. Yeah. 7-7 party.
For those who don't know, And if you're watching the show, you probably do. That's what we call when you go 7-7, day 15, and it's make or break. If you're 7-7, you're coming to Stan's house because I love that kind of desperation sumo.
That's right. He's he's a fan of it. Watches very closely, and they all hang out.
Make some 7-layer bean dip, and it's great.
7-7 cocktails, and
all right. So yeah, let's see. Just want to again urge people, if you're listening to this before noon Pacific on Saturday, go get in the Fantasy Oyakata game. We're still very, very low on entrance.
Yeah, give me that link again.
Great gravy. I've got to find that somehow.
Great googly moogly.
Great koogly moogly. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Do I have it?
I think I've got. I've had a hard drive replacement. Let's see here. I've got it in my this. Let's see. I will.
It's certainly on. And you know what? If you know where you can go to find that?
TheSumoShow.com?
Our Facebook group.
You know, I'm gonna post it on our community.
All right, make sure so unlike a lot of the other things, it's not going to be the same link from the previous tournament. It's a new one for this link.
That's why I need to change this. Yeah.
It's posted on our Facebook group, which is a great place that people should come and hang out.
Right. And to get there, all you got to do is go to facebook.com/groups/the Sumo Show. And that'll get you there. And you'll get all the information you need and want. What is he saying? I can't believe you don't support Ichi more considering he's at your place all the time. That's great. That is true.
I'm not that good a friend.
Well, yeah. It's exhausting. So many wrestlers.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, what do you think?
I think that about wraps it up. We'll be back next Friday. We're going to do coverage like we did last time.
Yeah.
No video. We're going to give our reviews of how the tournament's going.
Yeah.
And our overviews of it, rather than try and get day by day. That wasn't working out so great, particularly if we can't have the videos. That just does not.
It's a little disheartening, a little frustrating,
and it's hard. It's hard for us to really keep that many matches in our head to speak cogently about them.
Yeah, because we're dim.
There is that.
Or me, I am anyway.
And then the focus will be on the Fantasy Oyakata game. We'll go over what we think of. So we'll be talking about days 1 to 6 next Friday. Talking about how things are going, how the first week went, what we're looking at going forward, and then we'll see how everyone's placed in the Fantasy Oyakata game.
Agreed.
That's why we need more contestants.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it'll be fun. Hey, let me check and see if this is it. Hold on. Fantasy.
That's it. That's your favorite toy.
It's so fun.
Fantasy Oyakata.
Yeah. I gotta remember who that wrestler is that's flying by. I forgot. Anyway.
Oh, get your drums. Let's get out of here.
I'm getting my drums. Let's go.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sommeliering by Stan Brown. An initial charge by Tachi Troy. So until next Friday, we say to you, Ja matane.
Bye. Fantasy